but the beauty standards have never been this high. Our moms, our grandmothers, they never had to deal with beauty standards this high. It is actually crazy.
I feel like TikTok pretty is not the same as real life pretty. I don't know, you guys. I come on this app and sometimes I feel so ugly.
Women hate ugly women. If you actually want stability, your looks are not going to give you stability because your looks are not going to give you a degree.
I saw a couple videos talking about this, but I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in on how frustrating it is not to be conveniently attractive in this day and age specifically, and also not knowing anything.
For my ugly / conventionally unattractive girls, I have a question. How do you find the confidence to keep being yourself and keep being you, day to day?
The growing acceptance of bullying ugly women. Yes, let's talk about it. Now, we're going to be talking about something that isn't said loud enough. Women are not allowed to be ugly. Now, if you notice, I'm not even comfortable with that word ugly, but there's a reason why I'm making this video. This is not just in online presence, this is in society, our everyday life.
Something I realized a long time ago is that women are not allowed to be ugly. Like, being an ugly woman is unforgivable in society. No matter what you have, what you've accomplished, what you've done, what you've succeeded in, if you are unattractive, men will punish you for that. And it's funny because you never hear stuff like medium ugly girls, stuff like that. Nobody talks about that because to be considered an ugly woman in society is like the worst sin you can commit. You aren't allowed to be unattractive. You have to try to attain some kind of level of attraction to be seen as a good person or a good woman. And people make it seem like when I say that I'm being ridiculous, but have you guys seen how they treat people how they treat women that they deem unattractive? Like, I can't be the only one seeing that.
Whether you're a woman who doesn't fit into the pretty mold, or you simply choose not to perform beauty 24/7, you get punished, you get judged, you get mocked, or even worse, you get ignored. If a woman isn't seen as conventional attractive, society treats her like she's less than. And the worst part is that people don't even try to hide this hate anymore.
And another thing, baby, you cannot be ugly trying to talk to me because my family is going to talk about you bad. When I say they're going to talk about you bad, they're going to talk about you while you standing there. So, baby, don't even try to waste your time. Look at you, then look at me. And think about it. Is it worth the traumatizing you finna go through?
This is deeper than looks. This is about how we value women. Now, let's start with what we are seeing online. I saw a video where a lady was feeling so down because she felt ugly. Let's quickly look at what that video was talking about.
I saw a couple videos talking about this, but I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in on how frustrating it is not to be conveniently attractive in this day and age specifically, and also not knowing anything. So I'm 21. I don't know how to do my natural hair. I don't know how to do makeup. I don't know how to dress. And it's not that I don't want to do these things. I want to, but no one realizes how hard it is, especially like when you ask for help and people are just like, well, do what makes you happy, wear what you want to be happy. But the point is, I want to be happy wearing new things and not look like a fool. I want to wear makeup but not look like a clown. I want to do my hair, but I don't want it to look bad, you know? And when you ask for guidance and stuff like that, it's just so hard. And you try to look up online, and when people don't look like you, they look conventionally attractive, it's so much harder because you're like, this will never look as good on me than it does on them.
If I tell you this video did not break my heart, I'll be lying to you. This video broke my heart in so many pieces. The fact that this lady feels like she is ugly is so sad because I look at her and I'm seeing natural beauty. Now, I don't know why some people are going to allow the way other people think about them get to them. They're allowing negativity when all you need to do about yourself is prophesy positivity. Now, this whole thing got a lot of people talking, and let's get right into one of the videos.
But I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in on how frustrating it is not to be conveniently attractive in this day and age specifically. And
I've said this on here before, but you are truly doing yourself a disservice telling yourself that you are ugly every day because someone or a group of people who don't even matter told you that you're not the beauty standard or you're not conventionally attractive, and you decided to believe them. You walking around with your head down every day is not going to help you. If you make yourself the beauty standard, if you get around people who love you and who love what you look like, you will have a much better life than for you to constantly feed off what the media says is beautiful and what the media says is the standard. And because you don't look like what the media or random ass people say is beautiful, you're going to walk around with your damn head down for the rest of your life. Are you kidding me? You are gorgeous. You need to believe that you're gorgeous. You do not need to look like a one-size-fits-all type of person to find love. You don't. You do not need to look like a one-size-fits-all type of image to find people who are going to treat you good. You don't need to look like a one-size-fits-all to find a man who is going to love you to death. But when you allow other people to tell you that you're not enough, and you internalize that and you believe that, you're going to live the rest of your life feeling like you're not enough. Simple. What you choose to believe is what's going to take place in your life. Simple. It's probably 1,000 people who think I'm ugly, who don't think I'm conventionally attractive, who don't think I'm the beauty standard. But do I even come across them in real life? No, because I'm surrounded by my man, my family, and people who think I'm drop dead gorgeous. I love what I see when I look in the mirror. I love the woman who I am. I walk around with my head up, even though I'm not a size 0. I will never let the beauty standard or what society says is beautiful make me feel like less of a woman. And I pray this for you as well.
This kind of confidence is what I wish for the rest of us, because once you're confident in yourself, there's nothing nobody's going to tell you that'll make you feel down. And then you see videos of people asking questions like, how do we unattractive girls cope with this and that? And I'm like, has it really gotten there? Let's get right into this video.
For my ugly / conventionally unattractive girls, I have a question. How do you find the confidence to keep being yourself and keep being you, day to day, despite everything you see in the media and like around you in life in general? I feel like my self-confidence, especially since I've moved here, keeps wavering. Some days I'm like, oh, I like myself. But then other days I'm like, oh, I don't really like the way I look. And I'm getting very tired of this. I'm getting tired of the way my brain is trying to make me feel. I turn 25 next month. 25 years is too many years to feel this way about myself. I feel like I've had enough. And whilst I feel like I don't care about what people, perceive me or what they think of me, I feel like it's me, myself, and how I see my reflection that's just been affecting me. And I've been doing things to change that, but I feel like I can be doing a lot more. I think another thing is that I feel as if I wait for permission to do certain things. I don't know if it's a youngest Nigerian child thing, but I feel like that's also holding me back a lot. Like, I've been not super attractive for 25 years now. I just feel like my brain should be, used to it and not keep telling me things about myself, but it still does. I'm trying to get it to stop. And I know therapy would most likely help me, but I cannot afford that right now. I'm going to a day party tomorrow, and at first I was kind of excited, but now I'm just dreading it because I just know how I'll start to think and how I will start to feel. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm tired of this. I just want to change here. If someone can take out my brain and do some little surgeries and then put it back, that'll be good. Or you can take out my eyeballs and I can put other eyeballs that I can see myself. So hopefully that will change the way I perceive myself. Either way, I want to really focus this next year on changing myself and bettering myself. I don't know if I should document that. And also, before anyone comments, oh, but you're not, you don't look, this video is not for that. I just wanted to yap and get this off my chest.
Seeing videos like this mentally just makes me feel sad. Yes, I know they're using it as a medium to yap, to rant, but it doesn't change the fact that they see themselves as being less. And that's what this particular video is against. I'm making this video so that people that feel this way don't need to feel this way. She asked in the beginning of the video, what does she need to do to change how she feels? You don't need to do anything. You don't really need to do any magic. You don't need to do all the yabba yabba brain surgery TikTok you were talking about. You don't need any of those. This lady is beautiful. If my level of beauty doesn't match your level of beauty, that's your problem. That's not my problem. I don't have to deal with that. So I just want women to go home with that mindset and embrace whatever it is that God has given them.
Every day I wake up and I think, I will never be this woman. I will never reach this standard of beauty. I will never walk to look like this. I also think, I will never be this woman. Like every single day. I just want to, every single day, guys. Every single day. There are two types of black women. There are these type of black women, and then there's me.
This is one of the mindsets I really want to change in our fellow women. Why are there two types of black women? Okay, first of all, the first lady she was trying to compare herself with was on a wig and a full face of makeup. If you want to be like that, just go grab a wig and do a full face of makeup. There's really nothing special. This is where beauty standards, social media has kind of like affected our reasoning, because if we don't see these things on social media, if social media is not promoting this type of beauty standards, we will not be here in the first place. Social media has added to this gross mindset.
Most guys do not want to be friends with the ugly girl. It is always going to be mainly the pretty ones.
This is not true because, first of all, there is no such thing as a human being being ugly. Call it whatever you want. You can say, oh, Cynthia, you've chosen not to accept the fact. Whatever it is for you, that's fine. But for me, no human being created by God is ugly. With that mindset in my head, everybody is beautiful. The way other people are perceived by other people is not their problem. It's whoever is perceiving the picture. Now that's that person's problem. I cannot be existing normally and you want to force me into being a type of beauty standard you're okay with. No, it's not my problem. That's your problem at the end of the day.
I shaved my head last year and it really made me confront my feelings about like beauty and attractiveness. These are all things I've been thinking about for a while. I think that as a woman, you are really taught, the way that we are socialized as women, that the most productive thing that you'll ever do in your life is be beautiful, and it's such a draining way to live. So as when I shaved my head and realized I didn't like how I look, obviously my knee-jerk reaction was like, let me change something about my hair so I look better. But I decided, no, I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to let myself look bad. And a lot of what influenced this decision was definitely learning more about feminism and learning more about just how much women are taught this, and women are kept small by our pursuit of beauty. Like, we just invest so much in beauty and then we don't put any energy towards other areas of our life that would actually make us grow and develop as people and contribute to society. Realizing that really frustrated me, so I knew that I wanted to stop going in that direction. So I started to think more about beauty and just how useless beauty really is, which is what the essay that I wrote last week was about on Substack. Just like beauty is really useless. Like, it's not going to do anything for me. It's not going to write my poetry. It's not going to like do my laundry. It's not going to do anything being beautiful. So why should it matter, and why should I put so much energy towards pursuing it? Nobody who would be in my life because I am beautiful is someone that I want in my life anyway. So there's no point in then using beauty to like get people to want to be around me. Through embracing being unattractive and just generally not putting action towards beauty, I am actually able to put energy towards things that really matter to me.
Okay, she has some positive things going on for her, but like, I don't want her to run with the mindset that she has accepted to be ugly. Because did you guys see the person I just saw? She is beautiful. Funny thing is, these women that are accepting that they're ugly are actually so beautiful, guys. Her skin is popping. What?
I noticed how ugly my face looks, and I was like, why does it look so bad? Why does it look so ugly? And I mean, not gonna lie, this lighting makes it look worse, but it's my nose. It's definitely my nose. Like, look at that. It looks so much better without it. When I was like in school still, I'm on online school now. But when I was in school, they would tell me they would laugh at me about my nose. Mainly about my nose. There was nothing else to really laugh about, you know? But mainly about my nose. I also had really thick eyebrows. I have very masculine features, you know? But, fuck, leave me alone. But, like, my thing is, I mean, I never made fun of people. I was really nice, you know? Was really nice. Here's a more accurate representation of my face right here. When it's zoomed up, like in real life, how you see me. And so, I, like, ended up going mentally ill. And literally, like, shouting about how I would shoot up the entire school. And do I still want to do that? I mean, I'm out of the school, no. I mean, no, of course not. But I just want a nose surgery. My whole face looks really good, actually. In my opinion, it does. It's weird, but in a good way. I like it. The only thing I want to fix is the fucking nose bridge. The nose itself. Like, look at that. It looks fine except for the nose. And if I fix the nose, like, everything on my face is going to look a lot better. Everything. But we can only dream, right? We can only pray I get enough money. I just win money in the lottery all of a sudden, and I get to do a huge makeover on my nose. I get to get plastic surgery finally. Even my mom made fun of my nose when I was younger. I mean, now I'm pretty mentally ill, so nobody's about to make fun of me. Unless it's online. Online, people do talk about me. If I had a way to look up people's addresses, I would. I guess this is just a rant. I don't know.
This video is 3 minutes long. So I just watched a 3 minutes long video of a girl talking bad about her nose. She calls it a rant video, but I'm calling it a self-confidence declining video. Now, I know there are other people that are like her. Other people that feel certain parts of their body are what's making them ugly in general. For example, some of the people that go get certain surgeries done to fix things that were never broken. And that's what I want us to stop doing. Stop thinking a certain part of your body is what's making you ugly, or you're ugly in general. That word should be for like man-made things, you know, like, oh, this dress is ugly, oh, this cup is ugly. I feel like that's what ugly should be used for, not for a person, not for a part of your body. I'm sorry, but it's just so off to me. I saw this one talking about therapy. I mean, if it's therapy, you need to reset your mind to default. I'll be happy you get it so you don't think about yourself that way.
When you are dark skin with Afrocentric features, the way you have to learn that you are not ugly, the way you have to grow into your pretty and your beauty is criminal and depressing, and it should be illegal because it's kind of like a mind spiral for you. Especially like for me, like I grew up with acne and I was always complimented on my personality and my sense of style. So to always be the funny one and the stylish one to now actually being called pretty all the time, because I didn't start getting complimented on how pretty I was until like the last 2 or 3 years. So to never be called pretty at all your entire life, to now all of a sudden, oh, you're stunning, you're beautiful, you're da 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 da. There's a level of hesitation there. It's not that I can't accept a compliment. It's just that it's kind of like, for real? Like, you kind of feel like, for real. And the worst part is, because you struggle a little bit to accept a compliment, or you kind of struggle a little bit like to, you know, stand in it and accept it, a lot of people around you will try to make you feel like, oh, you're insecure, or you're this, or you're that. And it's kind of like, no, it's not that. Like,
I've had to develop my self-confidence and my self-esteem on other things outside of my beauty. And now that y'all are giving me tens and props for my beauty, I don't know how to take that, if that makes sense. And I know I'm not the only dark-skinned person with a big nose and big lips that feels like that.
This whole thing starts from the background. I'm glad she pointed out the fact that growing up ugly. So it's not even the society, it's right from when they were small. As a parent, that one thing you need to make sure you're doing right is speaking positivity into your child, defending your child from anybody trying to make her feel less of herself. So hearing growing up ugly, that means it started from when she was way little. She was bombarded with that thought that you're ugly, oh my god, you're this, you're that, and now it has affected how she takes compliments from people now that she's an adult. Now there's a difference between feeling ugly and being treated as ugly. A lot of women have moments of insecurities that's real. But what is worse is when people make you feel like your insecurities are justified, that you are not worthy of attention, kindness, or respect unless you are easy to the eyes.
I hate to break it to y'all, but whether you are pretty or ugly in this world, it decides how you are treated. I've spoken about this before and I'm gonna do it again because it's like some people don't understand that being considered ugly or fat and so on really decides whether or not you're treated good or bad in a lot of situations. Why is the world built like this? I couldn't freaking tell you who decided that how you look depends on who gets treated like asshole and who doesn't, and who decided who looks bad enough to get treated like asshole and who doesn't. But what I can tell you is pretty privilege and being treated badly based on your weight and looks definitely exists. I'm tired of people trying to act like it's not a thing, because it is. And not only is it beauty standards that decide this, let me tell you something right now, gender too. Different genders, I've noticed, find things prettier. That's why I believe guy pretty and girl pretty is a thing, because I 100% believe that guys find things pretty differently compared to how girls find things pretty, if that makes sense. I don't know why I explain it like that. How I hear my guy friends talk about women is completely different from how I hear girls talk about women. Completely different. And of course, I'm not saying all guys, this is my opinion from my personal experience, but what I've noticed is a lot of guys just more go for a more conventional look and more appreciate a conventional look than women do. Then let's not even talk about the way society treats overweight females and females that are considered ugly or both, and tall females, any females that aren't considered feminine in any type of way. Let's talk about how tall the girls are considered more masculine and so on, and spoken about like they're freaking masculine linebackers or something. And it's just not the case. You're as feminine and as masculine as you feel like being, okay, whether you're short or tall. And it's just so annoying how that is applied to women just because of their height or size. I'm a strong, firm believer in how you look affecting your daily life. And if you're considered ugly, apparently, ugly, I don't know who decides that, but yeah, sure, it can affect things like job opportunities, friendships, relationships, your self-confidence, of course, genuine opportunities, not even just like business opportunities, just opportunities in general, to try new things, to meet new people and so on. It can really affect so many things. How they depict that one pretty girl in like all the movies and so on, like she goes everywhere, all the guys are just on her feet, like, I'll buy this for you, I'll do this for you. Of course, it's over-exaggerated, but it's also not a lie. I just find it weird how beauty and looks means so much in this society, and if you don't fit a certain standard, you get treated like asshole. By the way, a standard that some random man or woman on a Tuesday sat down and said, I don't like that. That's ugly. I don't want that, but that. Oh wow, I want me some of that. But also, this is just my opinion and what I know from my own experience. So, you know.
If you're not attractive, you are judged harder, ignored more, and people act like you should be grateful for crumbs. Now, this is why, in my opinion, so many women feel pressure to chase an impossible standard.
Does it ever randomly reoccur to anybody else that you might just be really ugly to someone? And I don't mean like someone would look at you and be like, oh, like, she's not the most attractive, but like I see it. Like, to someone, you're ugly. I remember the very first time that I even realized that beauty standards are also subjective. Because obviously I knew that people find people more attractive and less attractive, but I thought that there was like a general agreement on what is objectively beautiful. And then I remember there was one time I was in college and I said somebody's name and the person I was speaking to didn't know who I was talking about. So I was describing the person and I was like, oh, she's this skin tone, so beautiful. She normally has this type of hair, whatever. The person didn't know who I was talking about. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, you know, the girl that looks like this, that is so beautiful. Like, she has like these type of eyes, these type of lips, this type of nose. Like, do you not know who I'm talking about? And then I remember what the girl's name was. So I went and I got a photo of her and I showed it to the person. And the person was like, this is who you're calling beautiful. And when I tell you that I gasped, gasped. Because if you asked me, to this day, she is top 5 of the most beautiful girls I have ever seen in my life. I think she could be a model. Like, she is, to me, perfect. But to the person I showed her to, they thought that she was like, not even like, oh, she's a pretty girl, but like, maybe not like my type. They thought that she was not beautiful at all. And then I was like, okay, maybe this is just the perspective of a man, you know? Sometimes men can be strange. So I showed the photo to one of the girls that was nearby, like one of the girls at my table. And the girl was like, oh, like, she's all right. Like, because if you asked me, that girl was beautiful. And I remember it just occurred to me in that moment that, oh my God, I'm living a life thinking that I am, you know, maybe not like the most beautiful girl in the world, but objectively, I have beautiful features. But to someone in the world, I'm ugly. And genuinely, when they say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, they genuinely mean in the eye of the beholder. To someone, you are the most beautiful person in the world. And to someone else, you are so ugly. And there's nothing you can do about that.
That's exactly what I was saying. Like, it's their problem. It's not my problem. That's the mindset we should all move with.
The fear of looking ugly will ruin your life and steal your joy. One of the most common questions that I ever get is, how did you become so confident? And the truth is that it's not necessarily that there's anything that I've done, but it's just that I'm very comfortable with being ugly. I don't base, my value in beauty and other people's opinions of it. I know that I'm a good person and I have value regardless of what I look like at the time. One of the most impactful things in my young life was whenever I was in high school, I had a best friend who was very, very beautiful. But when someone would take a bad picture of her, instead of being like, ew, delete that, she would say, oh my God, that is so funny. Send that to me immediately. I'm going to make it my profile picture. And then she would. And something about seeing someone so comfortable in not having to perform beauty, it changed my life. If I had one piece of advice that I could pass on, especially to young people these days, it would be to get more comfortable with the ugly parts of yourself. It makes life more fun and worth living.
To the women who have felt ugly, being treated like they're invisible, or even tried to accept that this is just the way it is, you deserve more. You deserve to exist without performing beauty for anyone. And the world needs to be reminded about that. But yes, let me know your thoughts about this in the comments. And yes, guys, I've come to the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, do not forget to give the video a fat thumbs up. If you are not subscribed, consider subscribing. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.